السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كمل Age of Empires. France in chaos. فرنسا فوضى. A storm of disorder threatened France's survival. The king authority would have to be enforced over invaders and peasants alike. Paris, France.
The walls of Paris held out against the English onslaught. England's King Edward and the Black Prince abandoned the siege. They marched towards Chartres to try their luck at conquering a less formidable target. But before they could attack, a violent storm hit the army. Killing 1,000 English soldiers in a tempest of hail and freezing winds. To Edward, this Black Monday disaster seemed like divine retribution. A sign that it was time to stop waging war and make peace with France's King Jean. But even as peace between kings was reached, the people of France were still living in bloodshed and turmoil.
Disorder.
Between 1358 and 1370, France was in chaos. Peasant uprisings, rampaging bands of mercenaries, and civil war ravaged the country. Peasants rose in rebellion, killing their lords and wreaking havoc. Mercenary bands also roamed the land. Known as routiers, they had once been hired by the English to fight against the French, but were cut loose when peace was reached. They systematically ravaged and pillaged towns across France. And with King Jean prisoner in England, his son Charles the Dauphin faced homegrown attacks on his rule by powerful French lords, beset from all sides. The Dauphin's forces had to regain control over their own country.
France in chaos. Taking the throne in 1364, the Dauphin became king. Charles the Fourth of France, facing threats from peasants, mercenaries, invaders. The first test of his power would be bring control to a realm in disorder. The River Valley.
Having only recently been crowned King of France, Charles V dispatched his army to the French-held village of Évreux to forge order from chaos. From here, the army would move to extinguish three major threats. Bands of roving mercenaries harrying the countryside, a peasant uprising, and attacks from a rival for the French crown, Charles of Navarre. The French army would start by reclaiming the rebel-held villages of Cocherel, Jouy, and Croissy.
والله الدنيا تحترق. آخر وش المهمة؟ ريكابشر جوي ايه from rebels capture rebels. هالعدد القليل. rebel شويين يمكن.
Okay. Parade pour Labourard. Labour Spérance. Mondesqued. Vado Labourard. Labour. Vido aussi. Colonnes Rexé, qui est Colonnes?
Comme
Colonnes, parati. Retourno con Matteo.
طابون.
Qued Labour. Lirefacchio.
Labour Spérance.
Toute sodité. Restituo.
رتب كل شيء حبة حبة.
Parats pour Labourard. Labour Spérance.
كل واضحة.
Vado Labourard. Si sommes. Secco materia. Qued me. Come sono la cose?
Qued me. Secco materia.
Qued Labour. Buon Labour.
ايه؟
As the French army struggled to regain control of the countryside, they were struck by a band of English routiers. These mercenaries had been cut loose by the English army and were plundering the countryside in order to make a living.
اوف كانوا
The
مهمة
French
واحدة.
forces eliminated the routier attack, but more were still raiding the countryside in search of provisions and riches. The routier demanded payment from the French, or they would continue their horrifying raids.
Hey. Or destroy. والله تخسون. السقعة حلوة. كاسل ايج ها؟ اوه.
In taking the village of Jouy, the French army was closer to stemming the peasant rebellion and regaining control.
يا خرفان يا شيخ انقلعوا عني. باقي هذه نبغى. والله محتاجين الذهب.
The village of Croissy, rich in gold deposits,
بسيطة
was a
علشان
crucial town for the French to
نكرش
reclaim.
هذوليك الروتيرز رايدرز. بوم. السلام.
The French army defeated the rebels at Croissy and took control of the gold-rich village. The central monastery town of Cocherel was still under the control of rebel peasants. The French army would have to take it before they could launch an assault on Charles of Navarre.
والله ما في الا كذا. ايوه الحين انتم ارجعوا الحين مع القوات اللي هنا. المباني الموجودة وش هي؟ اها طيب تعالي نباب هذا دارك سميث فال ده بيلد افي بيلد لين ما توصل القوات. إلي رينج ما ظنيت ان نحتاج ذا اساسا. وصلتوا. ندور ملايين الملايين استغفر الله بس. اوه جو جبنا سيرة القط يلا ينط. يعني هم هنا 100%. وناس برضو ما اقدر ابنيه. طب كيفه اسمه يقول لك ريكابشر. اول شيء خلني يعني المزيد. انظروا الذئاب والمال. دور هالمخيم. الظاهر اني لقيته. الحمد لله. طيب اصلا ايش بقى؟ ما بقى. ايه كمان في منجم ذهب. جيبوا الدعم. الله انسحب. يلعن ام القهر يا كلب الكلاب. خشب. ردوا بسرعة. وين يلها نايت. دمروا كل شيء قدامكم يا ليش خلصنا عليهم. قال ايش؟ ندفع الطبيشي.
With the Routier camp destroyed, mercenary attacks were no longer a threat.
قلت لنفسي خلني اشوف يمكن في شيء هنا، وقام يأشر لي على حاجة، يأشر لي عليها هنا. اوه الله. اوكي. المهم علشان ما نضيع وقت خلنا نرجع هنا على بالي يكمل الجيش. الحين ننطلق. الله انطلق عاد الاستهبال. ايوه هذا الطريق. الله على الله ما يكون هنا في شيء كبير عاد. طلق على البوابة ذي قبل ما ازيد. ادوا كل شيء. يا ليتني ما فجرت البرج، بيكون لي بعدين. يلا ما عليه. ما بقى له شوي.
The French army took control of the rebel villages and the peasant uprising was subdued. But to keep control over the region, they would need to defend its center of influence, the monastery at Cocherel.
Protect the monastery.
Northeast of Cocherel, Charles of Navarre's army had established a fortified camp. The King of Navarre sought to make himself ruler of France as well. He intended to press his claim by destroying the newly arrived royal forces.
راح هنا. وشو defeat Charles of Navarre army and their campsite. easy peasy يا بوي. روح له. مين هو؟ الأرسنال. هذا مهم عشان نحرق المباني حقتهم. هذا مهم. هذا مهم. اوه والله ما يمر الكائن هذا في وجهه شيء. دام انه مر مع ذا الطريق. لا ما راح يصير. انا كأني سويت غلطة كبيرة. لا ان شاء الله لا. ما في شيء. الاحتياطي موجود. صار شيء ولاش اللي هم اللي هنا.
Pushing up the hillside, the French discovered Charles of Navarre's camp. His front line had the high ground and was made up entirely of archers. The French would have to think carefully about how to approach the stronghold.
ولا شيء. هجوم في الوجه. دمروا كل شيء. ياهو قاعد ليس القهر يا شيخ. انكونتيننت. يلعن ابليس القار يا اخي الخرايط. اوه لا دزها. الموضوع انتهى يا ناس. يا سلام.
Stemmed the revolt and held back the raids of the Routiers. In the struggle for control over France's lands, the king still clung to power.
أنا على بالي الموضوع أصلا بس